Hello everybody, good evening. Welcome back to the live streams. Welcome back. How are things?
Your ADHD friend.
Hey, oh, it must be raining in the Ronda, surely, it must be. Hey big elves, shed mode indeed. Emma, how you doing? Hey, good to see you too, Callum. It's been a week since the last live stream. It's a long time, but not really. Hey, go get it, Paul, go get it. Go and get it. Let's hope we're on the way back. Let's hope. It's not a good race to come back to though, because it is literally full of sprints and it's gonna be very, very hard. But we're gonna start somewhere, and here we are. The start is in 10 minutes. Just 10 minutes until the start, so not long. You got easy stay in bed, that is definitely. Your first one, Gareth. Here's a baptism of fire then, a baptism of fire. Oh, that reminds me, I need to change my jersey. Thanks for the reminder that I can. Alright, 10 minutes. 10 minutes to go. 10 minutes to go. Thanks, Gar. It's I had a few messages last week actually, after obviously the live stream ended after 5 minutes, because I decided I wasn't going to ride. And a few people said it was nice. I don't think that's the right term, but people like, it was nice to see you like sort of listening to the body and not going through with it when you didn't feel 100%. And I didn't feel 100%. I'm going to tell you, I did not feel 100% for maybe, well, that was Tuesday. I think Friday I didn't start to feel myself. My stomach still wasn't right. And then I was at a party all weekend, so I managed to ride my bike for 1 hour. So I've had like a week off. I kind of didn't really want a week off, but that's the way it's panned out. It's a good time of year for it to happen, but I'm not going to lie, things have been a little bit suboptimal and disrupted the last couple of, well, not the last couple of weeks, but last week. And then we had 2 weeks of good riding. And then before that, so I've got my fingers crossed that I can have some consistent riding, to be honest. Practice what I preach, isn't it, guys? Practice what I preach. But yeah. And the thing is, if tonight is obviously way too hard for me and way too like I get an obvious sensation that I'm not able to race the whole race, then I'll just get as far as I can, and then I'll just again listen to my body. If it's saying no after 20 minutes, then it's saying no. But we'll see. Won't know until we start. But I certainly feel better than I did last Tuesday, but let's not jinx it. Or maybe I should just attack from the gun. Definitely not as cold in here as it was last week, and the week before. Hey Carlos, thank you. Yes, I'm feeling a little bit better. Feeling a little bit better. But I don't know, I don't really know how I'm going to feel until we get into it. My heart rate has been, like, the highest it's gone in the last week is about 100. No, I did a ride on Friday. Got up to 160, 170 beats a minute. Felt okay. Didn't feel like I was going to throw up. So hopefully tonight I can actually do something. Oh my word, it's absolutely pouring down. What do we have, like a month's worth of rainfall in like 24 hours yesterday or something like that? How long have we gone? Oh, we've got about 8 minutes into the start. 8 minutes. Ah, sorry to hear that, Jesse, but thank you very much. Thank you very much. Oh, there's no point watching me. There's no point watching me in split view. You may as well just watch him. I'll be honest when I'm not. I'll be honest with you. But I'll also be honest with you when it's the other way around as well. Go and watch how it's done. Not how to go at the back. Not how to get dropped. Because I will get dropped like a stone. There is no doubt. Whoa, 2 minutes left. 2 minutes till the race start. Get through the banner. I'll join a bit. Okay, here we go. Here we go. I got no music tonight, nothing. My headphones are dead. So there's another excuse. Hey, thank you, SC. Thank you. We got the Kickr course tonight as well, so it's basically just a sprint. A sprint every lap. Every single lap. I don't know if that's going to connect to my heart monitor. Might not. No. I'm turning my fan on. Oh, it's cold. Okay, everybody. Here we go. Survival. Show some support for the stream, folks. Give it a like. Give me an extra few watts, please. Surely that's not every lap. What a badly designed course. There'd just be nothing left of the group at the end. I'm dying. I'm dying. Help. Oh, my heart rate. Oh. Every 10 likes, we last another lap. Hit that like button, folks. I'm cooked. I am cooked. My heart rate is killing me. So high because of the freshness. Just puts a limiter on your performance basically. Hit that like, everyone. Hit that like button. Subscribe. Come on, let's lock in. One lap to go. One big mammoth effort probably. Wow, that was great positioning by me then. I'm a broken person. I am absolutely broken. That is actually the closest I felt to being sick ever. I had no business being there as long as I did. I think it's only because it gradually got easier in between the efforts, because people were just starting to get more and more tired. It gradually got easier, but I was slowly dying. Every minute that went by past the 30-minute mark, I knew I was on borrowed time. And those of you that guessed that I would come last, well done. Before you leave, please leave a like, please subscribe, it's free, it supports the channel massively. I really appreciate it. Oh my word, I really need to just spend a couple of minutes now just cooling down. So if you'd like to hang around and chat, by the way, check out that finish there by Paul Hamlet. Must have gone on a big flyer there towards the end. Not done, Paul, that's awesome. Oh, I'm gonna cool down. I'm gonna cool down. Cool down at 30 watts, please. Oh, that's enough power. Oh, I'm cooked. Absolutely cooked. Oh, absolutely cooked. I don't wanna go that way. I wanna go on a flat road. Oh no, I'm heading back. Doesn't matter, I'll discard my ride. Oh, flip the neck. I really didn't feel like I would last that long, I've got to be honest. I really didn't feel I would last that long. Oh, we didn't get to see the power graph, I'm sorry folks. Yeah, I know Paul Hamlet well. Phil. Oh. Yeah, I got to be honest. I thought first couple of efforts in that race. I'll give you some warning before you get in there. The first couple of laps could be killer, but it does eventually. I think you do eventually find like a bit of a rhythm, and you know, it might gradually feel like it's getting harder. And that's the thing, as average power starts to come, as normalized power starts to come down, you start to realize that you really have to make the most of those bits between those efforts. Going off the front just before the Kickr, that little sprint there, just bides you maybe 1 or 2 seconds or a little bit of sliding room but only do it if you know you're capable of just hanging on over the top. I did that a couple of times when I felt like I might be in with a chance of just being able to hang on to a top 10. And that last lap, I think I managed to get a top 10, didn't I, on that little segment. So is that points? I think it is, actually. Maybe. But that's not the killer, I don't think. The killer is the sprint. Because the sprint is, I think, a much longer contested effort. And if you watched what Paul Hamlet did a couple of times, he starts from the back after a little descent, and he uses his aero and he goes straight through the group and manages to get a little gap. And if you can just, I think, find yourself in the front of the group, then when the sprint starts, it just tends to line out. And when it gets all strung out, you've got a better chance of, sort of maintaining position, or maybe just sliding back a little bit if you're not a strong sprinter. So you've got to play the game a little bit. Hey Martin, I missed your shout out there on the live stream. Hey. But yeah, if you're not a sprinter, I think you've got to try and play to that kind of tactic a little bit. And then it's just a wearing down process. It's just a wearing down process. Oh, my chest. Oh, my chest is really sore now. And that's just really from such a high heart rate. Such a high heart rate, and then the respiratory rate is obviously meeting it. So I'm breathing much more rapidly than I would normally. And also, for such a sustained amount of time. I mean, look how long that race was, 37 minutes. And I was pretty much averaging about 170 beats a minute, I would have said. And that's not usual for me, but of course with some time off, I've taken about a week now to come right from that little bit of a stomach bug. And there's a lot of illness going around, folks. There is a lot of illness going around, so try and avoid it as best as possible if you can. Charlie's been unwell again. And yeah, I think I maybe hopefully dodged a bullet, I don't know. I'm blowing my nose because the air is a little bit cold in here, so that's what gives me the runny nose, especially with the fan blowing freezing cold air at me as well. I do also have the floor to clean up. Yeah, I do apologise. The last thing you want really is to hear me gobbing on the stream, but I did see someone saying I need to have a bucket, and that's true, I probably do. But at least it's a turbo mat, so I can clean it up. In fact, I've got two turbo mats, one next to the other, because we've got Charlie's turbo set up there as well. So I've got quite a large target. I need, this might be too much information, I need a dartboard or something here, and then I can aim at the dartboard. Oh. Yeah, that kind of heart rate tonight, that's the kind of heart rate that I would generally see if I was doing 5-minute VO2 max intervals, on the regular. Like that's when I'm in, normal training routine. To see that kind of heart rate there is a bit of an eye-opener sometimes, as I'm sure many of you who maybe watch my streams, you often see me doing long efforts, time trials and stuff with a heart rate in the 160s. So to see it up there might have been a bit of a shock to you. So it's no shock when you've had some time off, and especially if you've been a little bit under the weather as well, then it's a little bit of information. Your resting heart rate would generally be higher, so sometimes an elevated exercise heart rate can indicate the same thing as well. But in this case, it's more than likely the fact that, because I haven't really done anything in a week, it's just the result of that, really. It's not a sign of a loss of fitness. That's a myth, really. When you take a week off the bike, you don't lose fitness. You just gain sort of what is effectively freshness. And you know, the small cellular changes that happen essentially just raises that heart rate to one that is generally much higher than normal, and that's, I would say from my experience, the same across the board. You know, endurance riding, tempo, whatever it may be, but certainly you see it there in threshold or max efforts. It would if I ever want to hit a really high heart rate, I know I just take a week off, I'll take a couple of days off, and I know I can hit a really high heart rate. Yeah, and well, it's important to recognise that's also a different beast entirely as well. Watt per kilo. You know, that's the I guess the research still ongoing, but did show that you know, it does affect you in some pretty crazy ways. You know, the long term effects of that. So it's just about maintaining a bit of common sense and maintaining a bit of, you know, taking it easy when you have to, and recovering when you have to. Things like that, really. Oh. Oh. Oh, folks. I gotta switch this fan off. It's freezing now. Oh, it's freezing. Oh. Good question, Brian. Good question. Will I do the Prestige race on Thursday? I don't know. I haven't entered it yet, for obvious reasons. If tonight's anything to go by, I probably could get away with it, but I think I still need to play it by ear. The first couple of rides you do when you come back, you've always got to play it by ear. My first ride I did on Friday, you know, I was okay. Tonight is a different beast. I mean, you know, really, I shouldn't do something as brutal as this for my first ride back, intensity-wise. Or at least I wouldn't recommend it. But in this situation, it's just the way the cookie crumbles. I had to do a live stream, and I also had to get back on the bike. So it was going to come sooner or later, doing some kind of effort. So in some ways, I'm glad I did it, but it's walking a bit of a tightrope between you come back with a bit of a bang, and equally tomorrow I could feel wrecked, and then it might have put me back. So we won't know until tomorrow, and then I won't know till Thursday. So I'll hold off on making that decision. So sorry I can't give you a concrete answer. Whew. Oh. I don't know what course it is actually. Ugh. Yuck. Looks like a snail's been all over the floor. I think I have to enter before Thursday. Innsbruck running times 4. I mean, I joke, but I mean, if I manage to cope with this, I should be able to cope with Innsbruck ring. That's a 1 minute effort times 4. Well, say 1 minute, give or take, but probably end up being some hard areas, but generally a little bit easier to sit in than what we've done tonight. Do you know how long the race is? Is it about 40 kilometers? About an hour? Yeah, maybe then. Yeah. Yeah, maybe I'll be there on Thursday then. Yeah, providing that tomorrow, providing I sleep well tonight, because that's the other thing, folks. Recovery is important, and recovery also, especially sleep, it can also help you gauge, how things are going. If you sleep really well, so if I sleep really well tonight, I slept really well last night. My Garmin said another 90 sleep score, and I've been having a lot of those recently. So yeah, if tonight is good, I do enjoy the leg snapper. I do enjoy it, David. I'd probably just do some endurance tomorrow, just so that I'm not doing too much. And Charlie's got a day off tomorrow as well, so yeah, I'll do a ride tomorrow. We've got a roofer coming tomorrow morning, so it might not be till tomorrow afternoon, so at least I can make a decision before tomorrow night, and then I can enter then, before Thursday. I won't be doing the time trial tomorrow night in that case. The Cycling Time Trial League time trial, for obvious reasons. What I will do instead, all being well, is I will do the time trial on Saturday instead. So we'll pencil that in, all being well, and then we'll see what happens on Sunday. I just want to get back into the routine. So the best way to do that is to stream. I am thinking about doing some endurance ride streams where I'll just ride and I'll just live stream for a couple of hours. I'm not expecting anybody to watch, of course, for the for the duration, but winter is definitely here, but it's getting quite gloomy, of course, and if on the occasion, maybe once or twice a week when the weather's particularly bad and I need to get a couple of hours training in, I might log on, live stream, and if people are working from home, or if you're on the bike as well, and you can jump on, and so be it, or join the live chat, then that would be great. Used to do them quite a lot in the past, and yeah, for one reason or another, we haven't done them in a while, so might bring those back. As I said, as the weather gets a bit poor. The pet spider is still down there. He's just chilling, literally, down in the floorboards. Days where you can't sleep, can a melatonin tablets and how much should athletes take melatonin? Like, is it safe? Personally, I would, I'm obviously not a doctor, but personally, I would try and stay away from things that, like that. Touch wood, there's a lot of it in you. I've never struggled with sleep. Never struggled with it. Other than maybe being overtired, during a race back in my professional racing days. I've never been to the point where I felt like I need to take something to calm me down or to send me to sleep. I think there's maybe other methods that you can look at to first try and improve your sleep, or to improve your sleep hygiene, rather than going down the route of taking something. I always find that that's a potentially slippery slope, and simple things like trying to keep the same bedtime or wake up time, avoiding a heavy meal before bed, and avoiding drinking, lots of fluid before bed, all these kind of things. There's plenty of things that you can do, that don't get in the way and that can be of a natural benefit to helping you sleep. So, yeah. Can you hear that rain, guys? Can you hear the rain? You can tell how hard that race was. Look at my heart, my resting heart right now. I'm getting out of breath just talking to you. I'm not out of breath talking to you, but it's... we only finished the race like 15 minutes ago. My heart rate's still coming down. Yeah, it's ASMR. You can hear the rain in the background. So that was a 40-minute race. And I think... Hang on. I was wearing my Flow Bio sweat sensor. I'll have to go back and rewatch his stream now and hear what it sounds like. So my total sweat loss for that 37 minutes, or call it 40 minutes, was half a litre. It was 0.44 of a litre. And sodium loss, 546 milligrams. That's not a lot really, but I didn't actually drink anything, because the race was so hard. So what I'll do is this bottle, which is about 500 ml, I'll add I'll have some electrolytes now, and that'll be my little rehydration solution. Any TSS? I don't know what my TSS was. I think it was oh, it'll say on the Zwift companion app, won't it? Let me just say this right. Actually, discard the right. Where's my activities? Oh, there. My TSS for the 38-minute race. I didn't say. I'll have to look on Strava. Strava has TSS of 54. So it's a 92, 0.92 intensity factor. So 8% shy of FTP, basically. There was 7 minutes spent over... No, sorry. 9 minutes. 25% of the whole race was spent over 427 watts. And 20 minutes was spent below 266. So, half the race was spent in zone 1, zone 2, which, you know, that's why power zones don't really tell the whole picture, the full story when you look at races like this, because yeah, the distribution is just all over the place. Average heart rate, let me show you this because I don't know if you can see it or not. My max heart rate was 186, which is the highest my heart rate's been in 23 days, with an average of 169 beats a minute. And it looks rather pretty. Let me show you this. You can see that. That's quite plate, actually. Oh, sorry. Yeah, heart rate zones. So based on my max heart rate of 190, and I can't remember the last time I changed my Strava settings when it comes to my heart rate, because my heart rate zones, they really haven't changed in in like 10 years. I went to a birthday party, birthday celebration the past weekend, and a lot of the people there was like 15 people there. A lot of the people there, they do like sport recreationally. They run, they do some, you know, they go to the gym. They you know, they don't cycle, they don't ride bikes. And it's funny when I meet people who, you know, are into fitness, and we get talking about things like that. It always surprises me, or not surprises me, but when I start talking to people and they start asking me things like, oh, so how long have you been cycling? And I'm like, 15 years. And it always like shocks people, because like obviously I'm 31 and I've probably been cycling longer than 15 years, but I just try to keep it a fairly round number. You know, I think it's quite unusual maybe to find people who have been in sport for a considerable amount of time, you know, without really any big breaks. You know, I talk to people in their early 20s and they've just started running, people in their late 20s and they've just, you know, started running for their sort of fitness and things like that. And same with cycling in a way. You meet a lot of people who are in their 40s and they were cycling maybe 20 years ago, and then they stopped because they went to university, and then they got married, and you know, this, that, and the next thing. So yeah, I want a bit of a tangent there because we were talking about my heart rate not really changing in 10 years. But I spent literally zero time. It doesn't even register. 0%, 0 minutes in zone 1, which is no surprise. I spent 23% of the race in zone 3, 72% in zone 4, and well, that was basically it really. Because zone 4 is 167 to 184 beats a minute. Bit of a strange Strava heart rate zones, because they don't quite look like the ones that I tend to use, but there we go. It doesn't really matter. All you need to know is heart rate was very high. Alrighty, we're gonna wrap it up there before I get too cold. Thank you folks for tuning in. It is nice to be back, and hopefully I will be back now indefinitely, and we keep the consistency and the momentum train rolling. So thank you for tuning in, and hopefully we'll be back on Thursday. That's right, David. Hopefully we're back on Thursday and back into the routine. So take care everybody, have a good evening, morning, afternoon, wherever you are, and yeah, keep riding, keep pedaling, and I'll see you soon.